Hey guys, it's Brie. So I am doing something I haven't done before, I don't think, which is I'm filming a second period vlog this month, but for the third day of my period. It's actually still technically day 2 today, but I'm gonna go, I wanted to turn the camera on here because now is when I officially decided to do this. The reason I'm doing this is because I come to realise that I obviously only ever film on the first day of my period for my period vlogs, which is usually my worst day. So a lot of what you guys see is me in pain and trying to cope with it and that kind of stuff. But actually, the first and the second day of my period are usually the only 2 days I really have to think about my period and worry about it. From then on, like, it's a total breeze. Like, I just put a menstrual cup in if I'm not cramping, and I can just go through my day and do all the normal stuff. And that's kind of what I wanted to capture in my period vlogs, was the essence of, hey, just because you have a period doesn't mean you can't do the things you normally would. But of course, because I've been in pain, I haven't been really showing that. And yeah, I just decided that I would, for this month, film on the third day / second day of my period to give you an idea of what it actually is, kind of, for those of you who haven't had a period yet or who just wonder if you can do things in general. You know, it gets better. It isn't always like the first day for me, and some of you won't have period cramps. I never used to get period cramps until about 1.5 years after I started my periods. But anyway, it is day 2 today. It's been so much better. Today I've had, I think, I haven't had any bad cramping at all. I woke up at 3 in the morning, 3 something, last night. I was at my parents' house last night because I felt nauseous and I didn't want to cook myself dinner, so I went there and just decided to stay the night. I woke up at 3 AM and I took a naproxen. Haven't taken Nurofen again. Naproxen. And then I woke up at 6 AM, a bit crampy, so I took 1 paracetamol, and I took 1 of each of these within those like 3-hour spaces. And then I woke up and I was fine, so I didn't take anything else. And I went into my local town to go shopping with my mom during the day, and I was totally fine. There's one point after I finished eating some roast beef and Yorkshire pudding at this really cool cafe that it is a cafe, trust me. Then I felt a slight twinge, so I said, hey mum, have you got any Nurofen? And I just took 1 Nurofen tablet, and that's been it for the day. I haven't had any pain. I have a heat patch stuck on my belly, if you could see, and the bloating's kind of gone down now. But by the second day, the really bad cramping has always stopped with me. So yeah, I'm feeling much better today. Don't feel nauseous at all. I've been able to do all the normal things I usually would. I went to see my friend, who I mentioned in the vlog before, had been attacked, and she was kind of more disgusted with what happened. She wasn't, I can tell when she's off, you know, when you have a really good friend, you can just tell when they're off. And she wasn't like that, which was a huge relief. When we talked about things, I'm going to help her get her business off the ground and all that kind of stuff and support her, and we just had a good chat, eating chocolate and mucking about and stuff, and it was good. So she's fine, which is great. I need to cook myself dinner because it is 9 PM right now, and last night I started watching, I just wanted a film for when I was feeling kind of grotty, and I started watching the Twilight Saga, which I've already seen like 10 billion times. And you know, when you've watched the first one, you just have to watch the other 4, yeah, it's part 2 and part 1. And I've just finished watching the whole thing now, and of course I'm like, do you know when you're watching something that you kind of, it makes you feel something, not necessarily like happy or sad or whatever, but just the feels, and then you can't eat. So I've been putting it off since 6 o'clock and been going, I should eat right now, I should put food on, but I just can't face it because I've got to watch the end of this movie. And now I finished it, so now I should eat. And I'll be able to eat. But it was just one of those things. Does anyone else get that? Or is that just me? I feel a bit weird for that. Anyway, I'm going to cook myself some dinner right now. Feeling much better. I'm going to try and vlog through tomorrow. I've got to work. I don't think there's anything else exciting happening, sadly. I'll see what happens. But, you know, I'll film a normal day of the third day of my period. So this, I guess, is period vlog 20, part 2. It's 11:40 now, the next morning. And, admittedly, I'm running a bit late today. I woke up at like 8 something, but I am terrible because last night I bought a new book, and I'm such a bookworm, and they're quite short stories that I read. They're just like short chick flicks basically, and once I've started reading it, I have to finish it. So usually I would have already been working for 40 minutes at my parents' house doing, because my office is still over there, I like drive to work, so to speak. I'd have already been over there doing orders and processing stuff for about 40 minutes, but I'm just getting up and going to have breakfast now. So it's the nice thing about working for yourself is you can kind of change your hours as they go. but I checked my calendar and I don't have anything else on today. What's going on? I'm kind of useless with technology. My iPhone 6 anyway. Okay, it is the 23rd of November today, and as I thought, I've got nothing planned for the day apart from doing orders, so I thought I could like push my schedule back a bit. But I also need to put the washing on, obviously do dishes and all that kind of stuff, so yeah. So it's around 12:30 now and I've just got here and I'm ready to work. I don't think I've shown you kind of the new workroom layout. How should I do it? Let's do it from this corner. So, going around the room from this direction. Obviously the door, that's our rubbish bin. These are all the rails that contain all the pads and stuff. Over here, these contain all the Melina cups and the Lena cups. There'll be more there soon. Here are the wet bags. That's obviously our work area. This was, as you can tell, my old room. Then here is, not sure what that is, an old poster or something, an old t-shirt. And then the packaging up stuff. All around here, another empty rail because we went to IKEA and they didn't have these types of rails in stock. They only had these ones and they're more expensive, and actually they're not as useful to us. So I decided to just get one lot because we really needed them for this week when we moved. But I've left that one empty, so next time I have to go to IKEA for something, probably for my new house, I'll pick up the rails there too. So I think it's about like 2:30 or coming up to that sort of time anyway. Now I've just finished doing all the orders for the day and I've just been going through my emails because I try to not do them at the weekend and give myself a break, but it's quite difficult when they keep like piling up in your inbox on your laptop that I have open pretty much all the time. I did just want to quickly mention, because I've been looking through some of the comments in the last video. I do try and look through my video comments for previous videos. I just can't go through them all because, you know, like there's obviously going to be a mix of negative and positive stuff in there, and it's not good to constantly see negative things, so I try and keep just like looking and just scroll over the negative ones. I've got a lot better at dealing with it, but you know, it's natural. I realise a lot of people, like I think I film on my period vlogs all the at the times I take medication, so it sounds like I'm constantly taking drugs essentially. I promise you I'm not taking any more than what I've been told I can take by doctors. I'm very, very good with that. I have been told several times when I've gone to hospital that the ibuprofen that I can take 2 ibuprofen, and then I can't take any more until 4 hours later, so I always leave a 4-hour gap for that. But if I start getting pain before then, I can take 2 paracetamol 2 hours after I've taken the ibuprofen, and I can do that, and I've even spoken to doctors about that and they've said that's fine. I don't like taking that much. I think it's too much because, you know, I don't want my body to get used to the meds because then I'm completely screwed. But yeah, as of today, day 3, haven't had any pain, haven't taken any pain medication at all. So this is very positive because I basically, what I have noticed, and I don't know if I've talked about this before, is you guys obviously see day 1 of my period. That's my period vlogs. Over time, I used to get pain for 4 days of my period. I have a 5-day cycle period, and I used to get pain for the first 4 days and then none on the 5th. And they would kind of go gradually down, so kind of bad pain for the 1st and 2nd, moderate pain for the 3rd, and 1 wave of pain on the 4th day and nothing on the 5th. It's been a while since I've had pain on the 4th day. I used to just get 1 wave of pain and that would be it, and I could take pain meds for that. The 4th day of pain has now gone. Haven't had that for ages. Today is day 3 of my cycle, and typically I would get that wave of pain I used to get on the 4th day now moved to the 3rd day. But last month I didn't get that wave, and this month I didn't get that wave, and I think probably a couple more months before that I haven't had it either. I know I had it in the summer, so I think just the last 3 months I haven't had that. So day 3 is gone. Day 2 was yesterday. I didn't have any pain there except for a tiny, minuscule amount, but it wasn't enough to stop me going shopping and buying things and going to the park for a walk and stuff. Oh no, maybe that's the first day. But anyway, it didn't stop me doing things, so that was really good. So the only day I now get pain is the 1st day of my cycle. So actually, it has improved dramatically, and I don't think you guys see that it does improve, or it has improved for me. And I think it is a mixture of taking magnesium and all the other things that I kind of try and take for it. I did have some blackstrap molasses for this cycle. I know I have taken too many meds because I've kind of got heartburn in my chest, which is horrible. But yeah, so I am careful with meds. I try not to take any more than I absolutely have to, but if I'm in a lot of pain, I have to take it just for the sake of not, because when I'm on my own, like, I have to be able to move and do things, which is obviously crucial. But yeah, so I'm very careful with meds, and actually the days have been getting better. what I was talking about in my last vlog when I said I was considering some other options was I actually at that point was thinking about like the pill and how if it got to the point where I tried every single thing else, I might possibly consider going on it just for that, because I hadn't realised at that point that actually I was better for the other days of my cycle. But that was the thought came to my mind. But since then I've done even more research on it, and I've just been like, do you know what? It really has got to be a last resort. I do not want to take that thing. And to be honest, as of right now, if it's going down to 1 day of pain, I can cope with that. I can predict exactly when that day is going to be because I take little ovulation tests. I just bought a pack of 50 for like £7 off Amazon. So I can just test, and I know when I'm going to ovulate. If I know when I ovulate, then I know exactly what day I get my period on. So I can wipe out that first day and just say, hey, I can't do anything that day, but I can plan it around the rest. Whereas for me, if I was to take the pill, and because I've had a history of a chronic illness, and I have reacted to hormones in the past, if that does spark a relapse with me, I would be how I was in the last period vlog every single day, and I do not want to do that. And as soon as you come off the pill doesn't necessarily mean you get back to being where you were before. In fact, the chance of that happening is slim. I know I'm rambling on a lot, but I just wanted to explain a few things there. But more exciting news, I am going ice skating with my friend in about, well, it will be a couple of seconds for you, but in about an hour or so. I need to go back to my house and pick up my hat, my gloves, and my scarf because it's too cold to do that. I need to change my socks too. So lots of things happening, but hopefully I'll get some footage of that. Off ice skating with my friend Libby. We're off. Is that my new hat?
Between us.
It's very cozy. It's freezing today, so it's really cold now.
I know, it is so freezing.
So cold. Skating. There's literally no one here. Hang on. Probably can take the camera first, but look, it's like empty. Now about 6:15. I am going to put on the laundry because my washing basket is completely full now. I keep meaning to do a video, and I'm going to try and do it this month after my period's over. I keep meaning to show you guys how to wash your cloth pads and keep them softer, but that's something I'm intending to do now. The other thing I'm just doing at the moment is my shopping list, because the way I kind of keep myself what's the word, fed properly is I have on my, let me show you, if I flip you around, on my wall, I have a shopping list and a meals, and as you can see I haven't done this week's here on Monday, it's today, so I'm just going to eat up the rest of my Chinese leftovers from my parents' house. But I will usually do at least a dinner for every single day going down here, except for Sunday when I go to my parents' house. And I will write down in the beginning of the week kind of what meals I'm having, so I can work out what I need to go and do. I'd usually do a shop today, but because I had a lot of other things going on, I decided not to, so I'm going to go tomorrow to the supermarket. I just work out what meals I'm going to have, try and spread it out, and that just helps me to eat better. And sometimes I'll also put in like a lunch meal, but although I tend to be at my parents' house for that, so I just eat whatever they've got. But that's kind of how I tend to keep myself a little bit organised in my flat, so I kind of eat healthily. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Like, today has been completely pain-free, which is really, really good, because it's day 3. Usually day 3 does have some pain. I do have to usually take some ibuprofen for it, but I've had absolutely nothing. Had no pain at all today, which is great. So yeah, hopefully things are definitely moving in the right direction. We just need to sort out day 1, and then we'll be good. I don't think anything else like flat-wise been updated. I've finally cut my I don't know if you can even see, but I've cut my curtains so they're no longer trailing on the ground. I've put up one picture. This balloon is still inflated, but I'm gonna have to get rid of it soon. This picture was painted by a friend of my grandmother's who was a ballet dancer, and then one day when she was teaching, she kind of felt a bit weak, and it turned out she had polio, and she ended up being paralyzed from the neck down. And she painted this whole picture using a paintbrush between her teeth. She painted it with her teeth. So yeah, that was the one thing I really did want from my grandmother's house, because I think it's a really cool painting, and obviously I'm a ballet dancer, so I just like the story behind that. But yeah, and I need to get some artwork here though. But still haven't finished the corner up there in this room, and my bedroom still hasn't been painted. Let me put the light on, you can probably see. So yeah, I've gone for this colour and for this colour here, which I think is called Ocean Ripple. But it's really nice because it's supposed to be like a light reflecting one. This I just decided was too dark, so I went for that. But yeah, it's currently what's going on in my house. Just going to do the laundry, going to do the shopping list, and then hopefully cook myself some dinner. Okay, so sorry if I look yellow. I can't get my camera to white balance for some reason. Oh, that's a bit better. It's about 7 p.m. in the evening, and I want to close the vlog off here just because I want to get this footage uploaded onto my laptop and edit it. As you can see, today I had a really good day. I've been in no pain at all. It's day 3. Well, technically speaking it's day 4 because I started on Friday, but I started so late in the evening on Friday. It was basically Saturday, very early hours of Saturday, and I always ovulate. I have my app here that I use. I just use Clue. I always get my period 2 weeks down. So hang on, let me flip the camera around for you. Basically, I look on my phone and I say, okay, when this thing decides to focus, that little blue dot in the corner, then I've only input the information for this for like the last month or 2. I go 2 weeks down, 1 across, that's when I'm gonna start my period, and you can see that's true there. Obviously this month it was 2 weeks down exactly, but it was so late in the evening that Friday was still practically a normal day for me, so it's basically day 21. I haven't put in any information on my flow yet, so that's why the other days aren't red too. But I use that as kind of like a reliable way to tell when my period's going to come, and even if it comes a day early, it comes very late in the evening on that day, so it doesn't matter. I just wanted to quickly show you the ovulation tests I have. So I use 2 different brands. The Boots one that I use is my favourite. It's like this. I don't know if it'll want to focus with my face in the picture. Hang on, let me turn the camera around again. Okay, so this is the type of test I use from Boots. And like I said, it's my favourite. It's really easy to read. It's like the actual length of this, and it's got a really easy to read screen, and just much easier to use. However, these are expensive. I think it might even be like £20.99 or something like that for a pack of 20 of these, whereas a pack of 50 of these little cheap ovulation tests from Amazon costs £7.75 including shipping. They're tiny, like literally from here to the end, like that's all it is, and you just dip them in your pee like you would with the normal test, like that, and then it tells you whether it's a positive or a negative test, and they're really reliable. I've used these before, and actually they do the job fine, so I just use those little cheapy tests now. I start testing around the 13th day of my cycle. So the first day you get your period is cycle day 1, and you go on until the end of your cycle, which is the day you get your period. That becomes cycle day 1, so the previous day would be cycle day 28 or 29 or whatever it was, however many days it had been since your last period. That's how it goes. So when I'm 13 days into my cycle, I start testing. I usually will ovulate on either the 14th day or the 15th day. I've got more regular. I've started ovulating, or at least getting a positive LH spike, which is what these are testing for, luteal hormone. Get a positive spike on the 14th day of my cycle, but occasionally it's the 15th day too. So if it's the 15th day, I know it will be a day later than I expect my period to get, so I can plan to do more things on the day before. So it's just a useful way for me to be able to know exactly when I'm getting my period. I've tried taking my temperature, like saliva, just nothing. Nothing is as reliable as this, and because I can afford to spend like, I don't know, a pack of 50 of these, I use probably at most 3 a month. So what's 50 divided by 3? I don't know. I haven't got a maths brain in my head right now. Give me 1 second. 50 divided by 3. Okay, so 16. So that will do me basically 16 cycles for £7.75. That's not too bad. Sometimes I only need to use 2 per cycle. So it would do me 25 months. Not too bad. So yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to capture like a normal day where you can see like how even though I have my period, I can do normal things, and the 3rd day really isn't as bad as the 1st. So, and the 2nd day actually wasn't bad this month either, so that was good. I will try and get this video up a little bit early in compensation for the fact the last one went up a bit late, but thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.